Essex, a helping hand with your land.
Neil from Essex here, today's 3-Minute Thursday. Today we're going to give you a little trick to watch out for if you're demoing a piece of equipment. There's a little tweak that a sly dealership salesman can make to your buckets that are going to make a big difference in how they perform in a demo. We stock literally hundreds of buckets, and the reason for that is because there's so much variation in their construction, not just in widths or tooth edges or cutting edges, but also in their heights and their depths. You're going to notice that this bucket right here is a higher capacity bucket than most that are usually found on a skid loader. It sits a little bit higher here in the back, and the floor, the bottom of it down here, is a little bit longer, and that's going to give it a little bit higher capacity. This is on an SVL 95, which is a very, very capable machine. If you're going to go into a demo situation, you've got several competitors sitting side by side. One thing that you're often going to see is bucket selections made that are going to limit the amount of capacity that you can get into that bucket. So you're never going to see a high edge, high capacity bucket like this. You'll always see what's called a low profile, where the back of this bucket is cut down to improve your visibility from the seat. Now, usually low profiles are done for visibility reasons, but in a competitive circumstance, it can also limit your bucket's capacity. Another cheater move that you can make is down here in the bottom. So this is called the floor of a bucket, and this is a long floor bucket. So again, in this machine, we're looking for capacity. We generally are selling long floor buckets because it gives you the ability to heap the material up, and because it moves the end of the bucket out further when you're sitting in the seat of the machine, it gives you a little bit better visibility down to that cutting edge. In a demo circumstance, though, you wouldn't want to go out with a long floor bucket. You'd use what's called a foundry bucket. Foundry buckets are intentionally lower capacity buckets because in foundry circumstances, they're easy to overload. They're usually very short compared to a long floor. So a foundry bucket may come back, say 8 or 10 inches shorter than what a long floor bucket does. Again, it's going to be another place that limits your lift capacity, but think about what it does to your breakout force as well. I've gone through and done all of these videos now talking about loaders and how they lift and where your weights and pivot points are and how that impacts the specification of the machine. If you think about what happens when you use that foundry bucket rather than a long floor, you bring that lip of the bucket back closer to the machine, you can bump your rollback strength by about 30% just by limiting how long that bucket is. So if you're going to go into a demo, watch for that. It's not a bad idea to demo all of your machines with the same bucket so that you know you've got the same bucket geometries and capacities from one machine to the next. So if you're going through the buying process for a piece of equipment, we can help you make these comparisons, talk to you about buckets. More than willing to help do that. We're available at www.messick.com, or you can call us at 800-222-3373. There's a little tweak that an unsuspecting dealer... that didn't work. This bucket right here is called a material...